Hello, hello, it's John, and of course the incredible Patch. Patch is just here. We are in Brockwoods, and it's connecting with the woods. So walked up the hill a little bit, but now that I'm focused and we're here, just taking a moment to ask permission to be here, to connect with the trees, the woods, and every living thing. And really beautiful. Psychically, my answer I hear is yes, and you're very welcome. Woohoo! There's quite a wind blowing in the surrounding area, but we're in a wee glen here, which is cool. And it's wonderful, nice and still, and you just hear the tops of the trees dancing in the breeze. Okay, let's talk. I'd like to talk to you a bit about Ascension. What is it, and how does it work, and what are we doing, and why did we come here? Okay, maybe not quite all those questions, but definitely Ascension, and also about connecting with nature. So I'm just going to ask this tree here first, just asking permission. Is it okay if I connect with you, please? The tree says yes. What do you think of Ascension, dear soul? The tree says, it's funny, its voice is kind of like this. The tree says, Ascension is like growth. It is growth, always growing upwards, always growing happier. Thank you so much, tree. That was lovely. Let me flip you around so you can enjoy the woods as well as a bit of my dashing features. And some patch cam. So what a beautiful answer, right? About growth. Ascension is all about growth. And I do feel that we all grow at different speeds and rates, and we all grow in our own unique journeys, at different twists and turns and ups and downs. No journey the same, all journeys equal, all souls equal. And when I was driving up here, on a short drive up here from home, I was chatting with Mother Gaia, as you do when you're driving your camper van, and she says, she asked me a question, said, John, is Ascension as simple as connecting with nature? And I love simplicity, you know, such as that eye up here on the tree can see through. There's nothing very complicated about it, just it looks like an eye. You can ask the tree what it is, and it's told me it can see through it. Lovely, huh? This tree has lots of eyes. Look at these. You see some up close. Ascension is in the eye of the beholder. And when we talk about growth, I don't mean, there's lots of things it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean the number of YouTube subscribers I have, although I greatly appreciate you all. It doesn't mean growing in financial income. It doesn't mean growing the size of your home or even the size of your family. Growth is more learning lessons. And where are some of our biggest lessons learned? Tell me, John, where do we learn the biggest lessons in life? You know this already. We learn our lessons often in the shadows, in our darkness, in our fears. there was absolutely a little dark being just here, perched against the tree, and I think it's just gone behind the tree. I've been seeing a lot over the last couple of days, often really quite small little beings, and often at a distance. Well, I see you. I'm saying in Elvian light language, Patch is digging holes. I'm saying in Elvian light language, if you're going to show yourself, show yourself. Yeah, so in our shadows, we learn our biggest fears, our deepest lessons, and it's not easy. When I first heard about Ascension and the concept of it, of, I don't know, growing, getting lighter and brighter, being happier, I didn't necessarily think, back then, I didn't think, oh, I'll have to leave my corporate job. And it wasn't that I needed to leave my job, right? I had to face the fear of leaving it. Why is that, John? Because I was petrified of leaving my corporate job. I left May 30th. Well, I was out of the office at the end of April last year, so 2024. And then May 30th was my last contracted day. And May 31st, 2024, I created Heart-Centered Wellness Limited. Excuse me, I've had a big lunch and now I'm blumbering up this hill. Blumbering, there's a nice word. Made up word. So it was definitely a fear I had, was fear of lack of abundance. And fear, logically, fear is the thing that you're most terrified of doing, and yet the building up the courage to face the fear is the very thing that brings the greatest reward. And it took me a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of support from loved ones and from you guys. Many of you watching this have followed my journey for many years. YouTube's been around 20 years and my channel about 19 years, and 2017 is when I more seriously started posting videos into YouTube, music and lots more. And it's just all a unique journey, I feel that when we're ready to take another step up, when we're ready to grow more, just like a tree, it's like we get these windows of opportunities, just like trees have summers to grow, and we can grow in the summer too, right? But the cool thing is that when we're ready, we'll grow in our vibrations faster, and we're always growing at the right rate for us. I'm just going to cross the road here. This is often where we meet Sam or Sammy, the papillon, which is funny. Let's flip you around. There's a lovely butterfly. And just like trees, if trees grow too fast, I'm not a gardener or a botanist or even that amazing with nature, but when you see a tree or a bush or something and it grows too fast, often what happens is the summer storm, even we've had some summer storms, or winter storm, or any season, a storm comes along, so you get a bit of a rocky road and it suddenly breaks, it causes this growth spurt to break. And so when that happens, you realize, oh, maybe that growth was too fast in the plant or tree. Hello, butterfly. Thank you for joining us. And so building strong foundations, deep roots, and I was watching my dear friend Chloe Rose this morning on YouTube, and she was talking about integrating wisdom, and she said that, you know, this lovely term that it's great to receive wisdom in kind of, I don't know if she used the word droplets, but that's the word I'm using, like, you know, small amounts and then integrate it, small amounts and integrate it. And you can probably tell from me, it seems important to share my dashing face. I'm pressing the button. I might have just made everything darker, I don't know. Is a lot of my day now and nights in dream time is spent in integration. And integration is just so wonderful. You know, a lot of my integration is me talking to you guys, is chatting and saying, hey, I'm Jon Binnie. I do this as a job now. I go into the woods and I talk about what's going on in my life and what I've learned and what I'm integrating. And as I integrate it, I share with you guys. Often I'm on the edge of integration. In other words, I'm in the process of integrating something, and I share it. And you tend to hear me asking questions. You know, I'll leave an open-ended question, like, why is this lead so long? And why is it so large for such a small dog? It's because Patch is very random and he needs a long lead. I would let him off here, but he very quickly becomes disorientated when you shout at him, and the echoes of the trees, he'll start running in the wrong direction. His hearing's not great. That said, he has very strong psychic abilities. And I do feel it's important to question. I just saw over here a light being. Not often we talk about that, we're often talking about shadows, right? But in that light patch, you can't really see it on the camera so well. To me it looks just directly in the center of the screen here, just here. Let me see if I can speak to whatever was here. Isara imo toro tokato sinia machaka. This tree here is saying that it is a Fey being, once previously human, now Fey, and they are very light and they're very, very cautious. Very cautious. So just saying hello and getting to know me. Well, I'll be back. Thank you for sharing a glimpse of you. I'll be back. Get to the chopper. Don't get me started on Arnie impressions. So today's video, now I'm not sure what day I'm sharing this video, but in my video about the roller coaster that we're all going through, I talk a bit about, you know, family members and what happens with what happens to others who choose not to ascend. And I don't feel, first of all, that it is important that you believe in ascension. You don't need to believe in it to ascend. That's good news, right? Because it's just this fascinating. One of the greatest things that fascinates me about us humans are, we can only, or maybe it's just the nature of our reality and consciousness, we only seem to be able to ask questions about things that we can either imagine or experience. And so if there's any limitations to that, any self-limitations in particular, we can end up in a situation where we're not asking as much as we could. You know, simple questions like, can trees talk? Well, go go and ask a tree. I don't know why I find that funny. John's best joke. And if you now I'm laughing at myself. You know, if you had the ability to talk to Mother Gaia, what would you ask her? Maybe you do have the ability. Maybe we all do. Maybe all I'm doing when I talk to the planets, and that reminds me, someone asked in a previous comment, next time I'm here, could I talk to Mother Gaia? Great idea. I'm going to go and ask one of these trees. I'm trying to follow that butterfly with the camera and failing. So it's all about the questions. Way before my awakening, I think it was around 2001, I wrote a song called Questions. And the song is very, well, I guess you describe it as like spiritual, metaphysical concepts I just didn't understand. And thinking back, it was really a message I channeled through my guides. I just didn't really know what my guides were. Conceptually, I keep seeing so many little beings around here. I feel like they're still keeping their distance. So just here next to this log, I saw a little being. This is like I describe it as a little fey being just on here, just on there. And as soon as it saw, it like looked at me, turned its head. It's maybe about 2 feet tall, grey to green in colour. It looked at me and then turned away. So yeah, the lyrics to that question song is, ask the right questions and you'll get the answers lying in them. And you can look it up, Jon Binnie questions. You might even find the video of me playing it on Scottish TV in Edinburgh at the Edinburgh Festival. Anyway, I promised, jumping around a little bit, to ask a Mother Gaia, and so I'm going to connect in with this tree. Just asking the tree, is it okay for me to connect? It says yes for a short period. Okay, thank you. Tree, please help us connect with the earth. Any messages Mother Gaia would like to share? And this beautiful feeling and visual I'm receiving of floating above this forest, right up above the canopy here, and then also right down below, so feeling into down below me, and how deep the roots of the forest go. Gaia's showing me this forest in its entirety. And she's saying, be more like the trees. This is why there's such a strong importance for us to connect with trees, as they are designed to very much help humans connect and other beings connect into the earth. Wow, thank you. Thank you, tree. Right, let's pay attention to, maybe I will invite some beings. So any beings with their highest good, love and compassion for Patch and I, and ideally for all. If you'd like to show yourself, perhaps a glimpse of yourself in the forest here, in the ferns, in the holes Patch is digging. Let me know in the comments if you witness anything. Oh, this is beautiful. And another aspect of Ascension is dimensions, because as you move from a frequency, perhaps a very sad and shameful low frequency, up to a higher happiness, you feel more joy, more love, more unity. You'd be like Golden Patch here. He's in the 5th dimension, look. You literally do. You create this, your consciousness, your heart, the toroidal field of your heart, the consciousness of you, your home, and the time and energy you spend within it, you create a bubble around you, and it's a dimensional bubble. So the universe, the reality around us, to support our higher frequency, creates this beautiful reality around us. And it's true at every frequency, right? So you can argue that that it's true that when you're in shame and fear and anger, that you create that reality around you, and it's super hard to get out of, right? Because you're scared of it. You're like, I don't want to, I don't want to like face all these fears. It's scary, and right now, it's a huge time of fear on the earth because there's so much turbulence and chaos. And even the very ground beneath our feet can feel scary. It's a big, beautiful tree, isn't it? Those noises, by the way, they kind of sounds a little bit like a rabbit squeaking. They are buzzards, I believe. They might be younger buzzards, but they're from the eagle family. So some of you might be looking at me right now thinking, oh, Jon Binnie is living his dream life there in Scotland. I wish I lived in Scotland. I wish I had such a beautiful dream life. Well, I wish you too to have your dream life wherever you choose to live, whatever you choose to do. I wish that for you. In fact, the whole reason I'm making this video is to help you, help inspire you on your journey. Something is always following me down here. I feel like I'm hearing closing of ranks behind me, and it's not at all threatening. It's very supportive. So when I come to this place with an open heart and lots of love and happiness and joy, this is what's reflected around me, right? I experience a reality that's sunny, which is sometimes rare for Scotland, and not raining, and really beautiful. And it's a place I'm connecting with nature and connecting with my ancestors. I'm going to sing to them in a moment in my singing spot here. And I do feel that you'll feel it when you watch other people's content. You'll feel the energy of them in your heart. And so do pay attention to what's going on around them as well. And it's a reason why I come outside and do this, is because I want you to feel the energy of the reality I'm creating around me. Some people say that that Scotland is fifth dimensional, and I feel that could be true. What I do know is that I feel fifth dimensional in the respect that I feel very happy and joyous and excited and grateful for everything in my life. So to celebrate this, let's sing some light language to my Scottish ancestors, every witch, sage, oracle, herbalist, healer, elder. Ha hurui ha harusi mutrusinacha mutrusinacha Antatara inamaraha urnatakaraia some lovely dragon light language at the end. Very much a song of celebration here, celebrating my ancestors as they sit upon this embankment, going back hundreds of years, celebrating this sacred space, the ley line energy that flows through it. And a lovely message at the end, the dragon light language message. I mean, you get to choose what all this feels like, right? It doesn't feel right to you. Maybe I don't feel right to you. It's completely up to you. If it feels right for you, then you interpret those songs and messages, the feeling of the light language as best you can with your heart. Light language is very much an acquired taste, and it's a feeling. It's always about a feeling. You know, when you feel the tone of someone's voice, its sincerity or not. Are they scripted? Are they pushing an agenda? Are they trying to sell you something and maybe not telling you they're trying to sell something? Whatever the undercurrent, the intentions behind someone's communications, do pay attention to them, because they really reveal the truths of people. Wow, just taking a moment to not blab so much and receive. Any other beings around here? I feel that I've stirred up a bit of attention. I did get a bit of an audience through that last bout of singing. Sound. It's one of the great powers of the universe. Some believe it created the universe, or that something made sound, some consciousness made sound, created the universe. Some people believe that the ancient sites, and including the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, that they were levitated with sound. Some people believe Jon Binnie writes his songs with sound. Even my songs, I tune my guitar to 432 Hertz, which, depending on the research, depending on the sources, depending on the heart as well, that it's the frequency of our hearts, our heart chakras. And the way I feel that frequency is when I hold the guitar against my chest. If you ever notice, I play my guitar quite close to my heart, and I feel the resonance frequency of it. So very much about sound and the feeling. So I do feel that what music helps me do is, and sound helps me do, is amplify the expression and brings great clarity. Wow, my ears, both ears just started ringing. This place here is a place of portals. I've seen at least one portal here before, right? As I enter the space. Ino to tsoro un chimiya. Oso toro oro mi chia. I'm asking portals to show themselves. Chi si moro inama. Do you remember me? I'm getting little glimpses of the past life version of me here. Not what I expected. I was wearing a cloak and walking in some heat here. Not my vibration felt quite light compared to my appearance. You might notice this, and I do it quite a lot. I wear quite a lot of black, and it's not because I'm trying to, or I'll just say what it is, why I wear it. Two purposes. One is to celebrate my darkness, because I talk a lot about light, and I like to never forget. It's like a badge of honor wearing my own darkness. Sorry, I'm just picking up patches, poo, which you definitely don't want to see. I just heard a voice like it, or a cough like a So we go this, no, that's to the bench. We don't go to the bench patch, we go this way, I think. Sure, I keep getting lost at this area. It's funny, been here many times. Yeah, we go up here and then we follow along a bit. You can probably tell by how well the path's walked. I feel I get disorientated here because of the portal energy. And there's always these crackling sounds up in the bushes here. Go on, Petch. Some things rummaging around. I can see a leaf up just on the ground there being flicked around. It's funny. I saw a large rat today on my morning run, which isn't that far from here. There's the wee castle wall in there. You can just about make it out beneath the green. Unfortunately, the rat had been run down, but it was a very large, like full-bodied rat. It looked like it had lived a very abundant life, feeding wherever it's feeding in the nearby farms. I always say a little prayer for them, just sorry for your loss, and apologize for my species, humanity, running them over. Yeah, do feel free to share in the comments what you see, feel in these woods. Do you have past lives here? Memories? Even little snippets? Even if you're not sure, just say it. Just say it out loud in the comment. Say, I'm not sure. There is something I remember, or I feel, or it resonates with the energy of it. We are blessed here with some beautiful weather. Oh, this cloud's really cool. It's like in the shape of, to me anyway, almost like a bull's head with the horns either side at the top. Or maybe it's a dragon. You decide. I'm glad I'm wearing my hat because I've attracted quite a few flies around me. Maybe since I picked up Patch's poo. Okay, Patch. Let's go down here. And today I've got, yesterday I kicked off I started the Higher Self Intermediate training, so the class got started in the first week of 8, and it was fantastic. It's just so rewarding. We're scanning each other's chakras and sharing our experiences, and class are doing it to me too, which is always a vulnerable moment for anyone, full stop, and then especially when you're trying to teach people as well. So it was really, really lovely, and it gives me an opportunity to be very literally transparent, like people can see in your heart, right? And yeah, we did some chakra scanning, and then and just shared, for each of the chakras, all the different dimensions we could experience in that moment. So size, shape, color, rotation, the frequency, like the emotion of it, any messages from it, any attachments, any dark spots. It's not a finite list, but there are some starting points that I teach, and for me, it did take me quite some years to learn to open myself up to receive those different aspects. And we also did some energy clearing for each other as well, which is lovely. And I felt great afterwards as well. And today, just a couple of client sessions and a live stream. So looking forward to that with Viviane. And then tomorrow I've got one session in the morning, and we've got someone coming to fix our toilet. I know you're all really interested in that level of detail. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on your experiences of ascension, the concept of ascension. Some people don't even call it that, right? You might, depending on your beliefs, you might call it enlightenment. You might not believe in the concept of ascension and feel it's more just living your best life, living a happy life. You might have other views. Do let me know. As Forrest Gump says, life is like life is like a box of chocolates, or similar. The Mandela effect on that constantly confuses me. Or similar. And I do feel ascension's like growing like a tree. That's one accent that needs some help. And my apologies to anyone who's offended by my accent and my impression. Yeah, a lot of fun. And yeah, I do feel so much of this life is just learning how to have more fun in every moment. And I love the simplicity of that. Patch certainly knows how to have fun, can you tell? This is Patch's dream life. So before I left my corporate job, he would have been sat at home waiting for me to come home, and I'd be all stressed out. And it might not even take him to woods like this or take him very far. And we can just see my camper van, which, by the way, very shortly will be for sale if you live in the UK and you're interested in buying a camper van at circa £25,000, Great British pounds, which is, we bought it at 40 for 2 years ago, so I think it's a really good deal. The reason I laugh is nervously is like, wow, I didn't realize it would depreciate like that, but I get that actually a lot of these vehicles that are converted, that's just the market rate for them, and that maybe I just overpaid. But it's a wonderful 3-bed. I'm not going to try and sell it to you, but if you watch videos of me in it, it's absolutely wonderful. And we added tons of upgrades: diesel heater, solar panels, lithium battery, 2 max air fans on the roof, which are just phenomenal. You can use them when you're driving, and the list goes on. Anyway, there'll be more to come on that. I don't want to sell it quite yet because I have to drive our caravan down at the end of the month to pick up our new motorhome. So after August, I'll be advertising for it. So you might see a little post for it on my YouTube channel for anyone that's in the country that wants to come and take a look. Well, not just take a look, actually buy it. All right. So thank you so much. And let me just thank this beautiful forest and woods. Thank you so much to all the beings here. Isn't that beautiful behind me? And thank you for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about me. It's that crazy Scottish guy that goes around in woods speaking light language and roaring like a dragon at embankments and trees. Whatever floats your boat, whatever matches other people's frequencies. If my work resonates with them, please share it. All right, take care everyone. Sending love. Sorry about the poo bag.